The discovery was a complete accident, of course. Nadezhda never set out to make an enemy of the woman she believed to be her adoptive mother. She would never have suspected that anything was odd in her family. Her adoptive mother, Nikolina, was kind to her in the sense that always ensured that her basic needs were fulfilled. True, they weren't close. She had never called Nikolina Mama. They rarely hugged or kissed. But her mother had adopted her as a baby and cared for her patiently ever since. She was vaguely aware that this couldn't have been easy. Nikolina was a busy woman, working as a lawyer in the bustling center of Moscow, the city they lived on the edges of. And as for her, Nadezhda had to concede she hadn't been the perfect child. Half the time, she was a reserved girl, shy even, leaving her mother worrying that she didn't have many friends. Then there was her stubborn side and her hot temper. They rarely surfaced, but sometimes, well, she could remember fighting a war that lasted months with her mother over whether or not she could get piano lessons. Overall, though, they had managed. Her mother had told her she had never fallen in love with someone she could start a family with, but had always wanted a child, so she had chosen her. That always made her feel happier on those days when Nikolina worked late and she was at home, lonely. She had been chosen. It got her through the rough parts, like the little niggling doubts whenever she saw other kids with their more affectionate parents, and the moments when she wanted to find her real parents or know more about her true heritage, but was denied every time she asked. Mostly, though, her life with Nikolina and in general was normal, ordinary, dull. She went to school, got average grades, didn't dislike or like anyone or anything there strongly, then went home and waited for her mother to arrive. On the evening of a long spring day, Nikolina was still out, so Nadezhda was sitting by herself at home. Bored, she got up to look for something to do. Perhaps there was a book around here that she hadn't read yet, or something. She strolled over to her mother's bookshelf and leant against it as she scanned over the spines of the volumes there, looking for anything of interest. Her weight against the shelf made it wobble, and a pile of old, discarded hardbacks that had been shoved on top of it out of sight crashed down. She jumped back, dodging the flying books, then dropped to her knees to scoop them up. To her surprise, they were music books. Was her mother interested in music? She didn't think so, given the row they had had over the piano. Curiously, she opened one, gasping as she revealed something very unexpected. Tucked inside the cover was a photo of a young man and woman, newlyweds by the look of it. Nadezhda froze. The woman in the picture was very familiar. She had long, platinum blonde hair wound up in a bun, emerald eyes, and beige skin. She knew those features too. It was her mother. Even though the idea of Nikolina in a wedding dress was totally unfamiliar, it was her.